Hi everyone, Franco from Your Guitar Academy. I'm going to show you how to play Horse with No Name by America. So pick up your guitar, let's get started. First of all, let's talk about the rhythm of this song. The rhythm of this song can throw you off a little bit if you're just getting started with strumming, because it's a swung rhythm. As in, the right hand is going to move up and down at all time, but the right hand moving up will be a little bit late. Let's say that at this level. If you know what a swing pattern is, it's great, don't worry about this. If you don't, I'll invite you to follow me. So usually we go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and it's very consistent. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and, as in the and that I'm saying is right between the numbers. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But on that song, we've got this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So in my experience teaching this, usually the best way to understand it is to do it with me. So I'm just going to hold on to that movement here of the right hand and invite you to pick up your guitar and literally try it with me. You'll see that once you click with it, it's just a lot easier, and we're going to need that for the whole song. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. One last 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So see, it's like my right hand is a bit lazy going up. If you struggle with this, just rewind the video and do that again with me. Moving on to the chords, we're going to need only 2 chords. Perfect song if you're just getting started. The first chord we need is E minor. If you don't know what an E minor is, I'm playing all the strings and my middle finger is on fret number 2 on the A string, and my ring finger is on fret number 2 on the D string. Now the next chord we have has a very scary name. I'm not even sure that's the way I would call it, but it's supposed to be a D6/9. Now, don't worry about the name of it. I'll show you how to build that chord. You start from that E minor that we've just played, and the middle finger is going to go up that way, same fret, and the ring finger is going to go down that way, same fret, and we get. So the 2 chords. So the first step is to get used to that transition, because you're going to play that a lot. And we're going to spend 4 beats, so a whole bar on each of these chords. So if I count along, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's do one more time. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, so that's the first step. It's just to get that transition on time. Now let's look at the strumming pattern. The strumming pattern is going to be different from that E minor to that D6/9. So for E minor, what we do is we strum on beat number 1. We don't strum on the movement up, so the end of beat number 1. And then we're going to strum everything. So 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I play the whole thing, it would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and notice the right hand is still doing that swung rhythm. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Moving on to the pattern for that next chord, the beautiful D6/9. What I'm doing here is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So down, up, up, down, up, down, up. So if I play that same pattern but add a swing to it, it would go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's put everything together, because it tends to, especially if you know the song, it tends to be easier to pick up the rhythm and the pattern from hearing the chord progression entirely. So from E minor on, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 So that's the whole pattern for the song. If I speed that thing up, you may notice here and there I change it a little bit, especially on that D6/9. Sometimes I just let it breathe a little bit more, but let's get into it. Let's talk about the details that you can add. So once everything is working, and I insist on that, once the pattern's working, the transitions are fine, the swing is there, now you can look at the details. First of all, on beat number 2 and 4, on that E minor, I'm gonna strum a little bit harder. I'm gonna put an accent on them, that's the back beats. But also, I'm gonna try to strum with the right hand, of course, higher strings than the usual pattern where I play everything. So it's gonna go something like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So see on 2 and 4, I'm aiming for basically G, D, B, and B, E strings. To be completely honest, sometimes I just play the 3 higher strings. It sounds better to me. And I love that song. I've been playing it forever. It's one of the first songs I've ever learned. So it would go something like that. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Now on the next chord, one of the details that I like to add is beat number 2 is the only down strum we're not playing, we're not strumming it. The pattern goes again for that chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So see, beat number 2, nothing's going on. My hand is moving down, as always, but I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching the strings. So what I'll do, which can be a bit tricky, is I'll mute the strings with the right hand. So my right hand is just going to land on the strings on beat number 2, just to kill it. So I don't want any sustain, don't want to hear any note. So it's going to go something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So if we put everything together, that E minor with the little details and that D6, we've got... And one very last detail, it's just personal taste. On that second pattern, so on D6/9, I tend to sometimes not play beat number 3. So it would go like something like this. So if I count along, 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... You see, I'm not strumming it. Just a way to let it breathe a little bit. Again, that's something to do only if everything else is working. Now, if I play it the way I've played it on the band video, it would go like this, with all these details. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Right. Absolutely love that song. Have fun with it. It's a great song if you just want to start practicing your strumming patterns with only 2 chords. Sounds great. And I'll see you on the next video.